Hey, my beloved Emmanuel, do you want to make your dad feel respected? Thank you. Take a pause when you feel angry instead of calling your dad, you're stupid. Okay, let's say you are playing with your toys, you're having fun, you're enjoying it, and I reminded you, Emmanuel, please clean your room, and then you suddenly feel angry. How could you, Dad? So, the right thing to do is to take a pause, feel you're angry, name it, instead of calling him, you're stupid, right away. Taking a pause matters because remember, you want your dad to feel respected and you want to build self control. You want to influence your brother to take a pause too, instead of calling his dad stupid when he feels angry, and you want your friends to perceive you as matured man. Now, what happens when you are taking a pause when you feel angry? No, what happens when you sorry, what happens when you call your dad stupid? You become very disrespectful because you think maybe it's okay to hurt my dad. I feel angry. That's valid. So you make him feel very disrespected because your dad may think, "Wow, my son Emmanuel doesn't respect me at all," and your brother is watching you, and you're influencing him to call your dad stupid too when he feels angry because he might think, if my brother is calling my dad stupid, then maybe it's okay. Maybe I can do it too. Maybe I can call my dad stupid too. And your friends perceives you as immature, unkind friend, and they might think, "Oh wow, that's how Emmanuel treats his dad. Maybe he will call us stupid when he gets angry. So, son, you ruin your reputation, you damage your connection with your dad, and you ruin his trust and your friend's trust." So the question is, how would you feel when your friends call you stupid? Hurting. Exactly. And that's how your dad feels. So the right thing to do is to take a pause when you feel angry. Now, what happens when you take a pause when you feel angry instead of calling your dad stupid? Of course, you build self-control because you believe that your words can either heal your dad or hurt your dad. And you believe, I love my dad and I don't want to hurt him. So this time you make your dad feel loved and proud because, wow, he might think, my son is taking a pause when he feels angry. He's becoming matured and responsible, respectful now. And your brother is watching you and you're influencing him, teaching him to take a pause too, because he might think, if my brother is taking a pause when he feels angry, yeah, maybe I can do it too. My brother is a good example for me. And then your friends sees you as matured person, because they might think, wow, Emmanuel, he is careful with his words. He takes time to pause and think before he reacts. I mean, we are blessed to have a friend like Emmanuel. And if he can do it, maybe we can do it too. Maybe we can take a pause too. And you build good connection with your dad. You teach your brother to how should you treat his dad, and you gain your friend's trust. Oops, the microphone. How would you feel if your dad takes a pause when he feels angry instead of calling you stupid son? Yeah, exactly. Proud. Proud for your dad. Okay, now you are aware. You are now aware name calling. Calling your dad stupid is a bad behavior because you make him feel disrespected. You build, you become disrespectful. You're teaching your brother to do the same thing, and your brother perceive you as negative friend. And also, you know the solution. You know the right thing to do, which is to take a pause when you feel angry, because it makes you feel it uh, it helps you build self control. And your challenge today is, when you feel angry, take a pause. Think before you react instead of calling your dad stupid. That's your challenge today. And what if you told your dad stupid before? First of all, forgive yourself, because before you didn't know the consequences, how it affects your dad, your friends, your family, yourself. And maybe you were very angry that time, so that anger you felt was valid. And the problem here is not you. The problem here is the bad behavior, which is the name calling or calling your dad stupid. So you are not the problem. Okay? Apologize. Apologize to your dad for making him feel less important. Apologize to your brother for being a bad example to him, and apologize to your friends for being a bad example too. And in case you repeat this mistake, never forget how how you make your dad feel, what bad character you build, how you influence your brother, and how your friends perceive you. You know, and if you catch yourself calling your dad stupid, remember, do you want to hurt your dad? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's a good reminder, to stay on the right track. And what if you take a pause before when you feel angry? I mean, That's good. You made the right choice and keep doing it. Whenever you feel angry, take a pause. What if, but that I feel too much angry? How can I do? What should I do? Go to your room and write it down for 10 minutes. Release that thoughts. Write it down what made you feel angry, what's the consequences of your actions. Yeah, you can do it, son. Yeah, I know it's trial and error, it's mistake after another mistake. That's how life works, and you can do it, son, because I believe in you and I'm just here with you to guide you and to forgive you, to love you, because I'm doing this for you and this is our podcast. And I'm looking forward 5 years from now, us having podcast at 4 p.m. each day, to talk about certain bad behaviors, certain good behaviors, good habits, bad habits. I'm looking forward to it. I need to save money first for your football, drum lessons, writing class with Nicholas Cole. My God, son, I need to earn lots of money. I need to prepare money for you. And that's it for today, for today's episode. And let me share one story today. When we were eating lunch earlier, my nephew, Liam, did something like this. And my mom was, wow! He was praying before he eats lunch. And that reminds me of where did he learn that? And I was writing earlier, if my son is 3 years old, if you are 3 years old right now, you learn by watching. And if you are 5 years old, you learn by talking. So maybe we can do podcast when you get 5 years old. Oh my. All right, son. Thank you for listening and see you tomorrow. Remember your challenge today. Take a pause. When you feel angry, let me close the camera.